Hi, you sleepy? I am, a little bit, but I haven't been sleeping well lately. I haven't been sleeping well. I guess you know what we will be talking about, right? Yes, you're right. Present perfect continuous. So when do we use this baby? Why and how? Imagine an action that starts in the past and either just finished or is still ongoing with some sort of present results. And you go, yeah, of course, I know this one. That's present, perfect, simple. We spoke about it. Suzanne, you taught me this one. You're absolutely right. Okay, the only main difference that there is between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous or progressive is the type of the verb, if you may, that we choose for one and for another verbal tense. Let me explain. So, if an action started in the past and continues, I could say something like, she has been waiting all day. She has been waiting. Has been waiting all day. All right. Can I say she has waited? Of course I can, but the meaning is slightly different. She has been waiting expresses she is still waiting. I'm focused on the fact that it's ongoing, and it really shows that there is no end to this particular action. They have been traveling since October. They have been traveling since October. They have traveled, present perfect simple. They have been traveling, present perfect continuous. It just shows how long this has been, for how long this has been going on. It shows us clearly that the action is still ongoing. And by now you have spotted the structure. Have or has, been, and your main verb in a gerund form. She has been thinking. We have been cooking. All right. And the key statements, the key words which you generally find with present perfect continuous are all day, all this time, until now, and the questions with how long. So, if you want to ask me a question with how long, you probably will be using the present perfect continuous. How long have you been teaching? How long have you been, recording videos? How long have you been, okay? That's a typical present perfect continuous. How long have you been, and a gerund, all right? But can I say how long have you lived? Of course I can. Of course I can. I would even say better than how long have you been living. Why? Because present perfect continuous wants the action verbs, the verbs that describe an action, rather than verbs that describe a state. State verbs like know or live are better to be used in simple tenses, so present perfect simple, not progressive. Why? Because there is really no progress, okay, in a state. A state is like this, not like this, correct? When we're interested in a result of an action, we usually say something like, well, it's been raining. It's been raining, and it means, look, everything is wet. I don't know, I wanted to water my plants, or I needed to water my plants, but I realized that I don't have to because it has been raining. It has been raining a lot. Okay, it's not that it's raining now, but the result is so plain, so obvious that it just takes it's a natural click, right? You go, oh, okay, it's been raining. Someone has been eating my chips. Someone has been eating my chips over a period of time. Somebody has been sneaking to my cabinet over there and eating my chips. And the result of it is, I have no chips. I have no chips, they're all gone. Terrible thing. Yeah. So when you want to focus on the result of an action rather than on an action itself, what you would be using is present perfect progressive if there is a clear reference to now. You need to remember that present perfect, both simple and progressive or continuous, require that there is no specific time reference, okay? You cannot have a specific time reference, especially not one that would locate your sentence in the past, okay? So yesterday or last week or in March makes it a sentence that's impossible to use in present perfect, okay? You cannot do it. Why not? Because these are specific past time references. No way. No present perfect situation here, okay? You need to remember that if you look at a verb and you see that it expresses a state rather than an action, you are not really going to use a continuous tense with them. For instance, we've understood everything, not we have been understanding, because understand is a state verb. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, you don't. Okay, there is no progress there. I've hated this since the first, day. I've hated this movie. I've hated this book since the first time I saw it. Okay. So what happens with this sentence? Why I have been hating is not an option, because hate is a state. Okay. So if you use the word hate, the verb hate, you're not going to find a continuous tense with it. Does it make sense? Are we on the same page here? Yes, we are. Of course we are. Can I say I have been knowing my best friend for 4 years now. I have been knowing. Does it sound okay? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Erase it from your mind. It's wrong. It's wrong. No, you cannot say I have been knowing. You have to say I've known. I've known, okay? Which is why there is this list of state verbs that we spoke about when we first studied verbal tenses. Know, want, live, believe, okay? These are state verbs. Hate and love are typical states. If you love somebody, you just love them, okay? So please remember that present perfect continuous, I have been thinking, I have been dreaming, I have been doing, okay, expresses that the action is still taking place and it started in the past. It started in the past. Or that it has just finished and there are real, tangible consequences of this action. We don't use it with state verbs, we use it with actions because it must show progress. And the only difference that there is between present continuous and present perfect continuous is the information in the second one about the fact that the action started in the past. This is information you don't get with present continuous. I am reading means now or around now. I have been reading means it started in the past. It's been going on for some time. So it is a very similar grammatical case, but present perfect continuous is perfect because it gives you more information. Present continuous is only about what is happening now or around now. Present perfect continuous, you have been running You have been running means you started in the past and it's either ongoing or has just finished and I can see consequences. Imagine a person who gets into the door, gets into the room, and they're all red and sweaty, and they go, and you go, have you been running? Have you been running? And he or she goes, yeah, I have. I thought I was late. Okay, there you go. You have been running from a moment in the past until right now, and there are consequences, okay? So, if you want to remember a typical sentence for present perfect continuous, you think of a question, how long? How long have you been thinking about this lesson? And considering this lesson? I don't know. I think I have been thinking about it for 2 weeks now because some of my students and I, in this period, are studying present perfect tense. Okay, so this is a big kiss and a big hug to all my students who are studying present perfect tenses with me in this period because, this is especially for them. I want to wish you a lovely day and please let me know in the comments below if you need a specific lesson on state verbs, okay? Because I have the feeling we've covered them, but if you feel that there is something wobbly about them, just let me know and we'll go through them again, okay? I wish you a fantastic day and I'm so happy you're studying with me. Have a lovely day. Bye.